All right. Great stuff. Good afternoon, good morning, good day to wherever you are in the world. I know that a lot of people in the Northern Hemisphere, etc., East, West, etc., this is a better time. So it's really great to have a different group of people watching the QGIS Open Day. So welcome, everybody. We have a really exciting session today. We are going to be looking at the new QGIS website. We have a little bit of a walkthrough, a bit of a presentation, etc. So I'm very, very excited because we've been talking about this for, I think over a year now. So I'm really excited to see some things come to fruition. So we have a lovely lady coming to take us through this. So I'm going to hand over to Alexandra.
Hi everyone, my name is Alexandra and I'm UX designer at Contour, and we were busy with QGIS website overhaul project, and we were very happy to participate in it. And today we would like to show some results to you, what we have achieved so far and how we achieved it, of course, what was the process of how we did it. So yeah, let me start my presentation.
And just one note before you start, for everybody who is watching online on the YouTube, we're keeping the questions until the end. So please feel free to ask all of your questions in the live chat, and I will read those out to Alexandra at the end. So yeah, go for it.
Yeah, thank you. So what will be our agenda for today? First of all, we'd like to say a few words about the background, how we joined this project, and what is Contour, my company, is doing. And then we will dive deeper in the website overhaul project. What were the challenges? So what we did during this project and why we did it. And also we will show the results and we'll present the new website in a live demo. So the first thing that I would like to share with you today. So what is Contour? The beautiful place where I'm working right now. So we are not a very big company, specializing in geospatial data and real-time risk management. We worked a lot and still continue working a lot with a lot of NGO, governmental, private companies. One of the main companies that we are working right now with PDC, Pacific Disaster Center. We worked really a lot of them. Also, Humanitarian OpenStreetMap team is one of the main partners with which we had a lot of projects together. And also some companies like MapAction, Foursquare. We did several projects together too. And yeah, I would like to say a few words how we connected with open source. So a lot of products and services and solutions in Contour are open sourced. We have an open GitHub repository where you can find a lot of repos with different code. So one of the main platforms that we developed is Disaster Ninja, and it's fully open sourced. You can find the code in our repo there too. And some other solutions also are open source. So yeah, feel free to contribute and participate in it too. And also we had quite active team members that are active contributors to PostGIS, to OpenStreetMap, with which we also have a lot of connections, work together on the data sources and stuff like that. And also together with Humanitarian OpenStreetMap, we are working on the OpenAerialMap, which is the open source platform for aerial imagery sharing and hosting. So yeah, open source means a lot to our company. And QGIS too means a lot to our company because it's one of the main app on the laptops of each Contour teammate. We all worked a lot in QGIS. We mostly use it for the working with data visualization of our datasets and some other datasets too, to check attribute tables, stuff like that. So yeah, one of the datasets we have is contour population, and contour population is one of the examples that can be easily downloaded to QGIS and where we can work with it. And also November is one of the most active months in the year when we use QGIS, because we participate in this open challenge. And every day in November, we use QGIS very actively and create a lot of maps with the help of it. So it was really a pleasure for us and great excitement to join the project. And when we saw this news in blog post of QGIS community that QGIS needs new website, we decided to join the project and help QGIS to make the website look great. And yeah, we were very excited to join it. So we've started to work on the project and what challenges we faced so far. So one of the main points that should be presented in the project is the usage of QGIS visual style. Also, one of them was to design not only the website, but also components and visual style in general, to consider future seamless navigation flow between websites, because QGIS have a plan to make this connection between different websites, like plugins, blog posts, something else. That's why design should be adapted for this thing too. One of the points was to use Hugo framework. It is open sourced framework which is used for building the website, static websites. Yeah, also we should participate in the discussion of the QGIS related website migration plan. So our ideas on the main website can be used further in some other websites. And also everything that we are doing should be open sourced, open for everyone, clear. And the website should be easy in content management. We also should consider during this project, and these things we considered, of course. And yeah, as you can see, we had just 3.5 months, and we succeeded, I hope, to make everything in this timeline. So in the beginning of the project, we discussed with QGIS team on how to build our communication process. We created a metrics chart where we asked a lot of questions during the project. And also we scheduled bi-weekly syncs where we also can discuss some topics in more details and find something more for our work. Also, right in the beginning of the project, we decided to make some kind of research to understand how to make new website comfortable for users. So we installed Matoma. It is the tool that helps to gather the statistics for websites. And we started to gather some analytics on the current QGIS.org website. And we gathered something very interesting. We saw some statistics on the devices types that users of QGIS website use, some resolutions, what pages are the most important for users. We saw it too. And this helped us to work on some next steps in the project. And also we made a lot of assumptions, some ideas. We worked on some kind of stakeholders map of who can be the website user, what are the groups of these users, and we built this little map. So there are exactly QGIS app users, contributors to QGIS app, and not only to app, to QGIS in general, and some QGIS community donors that can donate some money to the community. So during the project, we understand that we should consider these different groups of users and make website useful for each of this group. So they all can find something important for them easily. Here, and there are some things on the right side of my slide that we also made like an assumptions of what should be easy reachable on the website when user appears on the QGIS org, and what they can find quite easily and fast. So one of the main thing to make easy reachable is to explain what QGIS app is. Next one is to give the opportunity of fast downloading of QGIS app. Also, we should put documentation to the QGIS to some quite reachable, easy reachable place. Donate section is also quite important. Ways and directions of contribution of how the user that came to QGIS org can contribute to the community, and contacts, where how user or contributor can connect with community staff members on some questions. So these the things that we considered and thought that would be nice to be somewhere on important and main places. Also, we investigated the current website structure of how it looked like right now, current QGIS org. We found some struggles. We found some interesting things. So yeah, on the left side, you can see the main page, how it looked like. And on the right side of my slide, you can see some examples of the structure of the inner pages and inner sections on the website. So on the example of for users section, let's see how it's organized. So yeah, as you can see, download QGIS is located somewhere in the inside of some other section. But we already discussed that download QGIS is quite important. So it should be somewhere higher in the architecture, information architecture. And also, as you can see, get involved to development section is quite big and should be reorganized really, because yeah, it's quite hard to navigate here. And also donations, as you can see, is inside of get involved development. So it's also quite important thing to have donation somewhere high in the information architecture. So yeah, we understood that information architecture should really be reorganized to help users to navigate easier. And here is our suggestion that we prepared together with QGIS team. We had kind of workshop together with them and thought on how the sections can be organized. So here is our idea, what we implemented right now in the development phase. So the main change is that sections should be organized in this way. So there will be 5 main sections like product, community, download, resources, and donate. Inside product, you can find everything about QGIS app. So here, overview of the app, case studies, how it can be used, plugins, quite important website, and visual change logs. It's also about QGIS specific version. Then community section. You can find some information of how you can get involved, how you can become certified member. You can dive deeper in the QGIS Foundation, know more about project organization. Maybe you would like to know more about members and donors, and also members blog. The separate section is download. Yeah, as we discussed, it's quite important to have it on the really thin level, on the first one. It will be perfect. The next one is resources, where we gathered a lot of information about usage of QGIS, how to document it. Everything is documentation. Information about releases, roadmap, reports. So it's like a library with resources section. And of course, donate is separate one and also quite important for the QGIS app and community in general. And you can see how the header can look like if you have this kind of informational architecture. When we discussed the structure of the website, we come to the design itself. We watched a lot of materials. We saw a lot of Figma drafts that you guys prepared during workshops. And we were really inspired by these drafts. And as you can see, we took one of the latest version of the designs that you discussed, and we looked at it from the UX perspective. So we made kind of UX audit of the latest design version in Figma and proposed some ideas on how some blocks, some places on the main page can be improved from UX perspective. So when you came to the website, it can be understandable for you where are you right now. And yeah, we propose some ideas, and here are the examples of our comments in Figma, what we suggested to improve, to get rid of, to add. And here are the main page and the blog with community. At the next slide, I will show you what we proposed to do and what is our vision in design, how it can be made. So yeah, on the left side of my slide, you can see the example of main page, the first screen. We were really inspired by your design, and we decided to save this idea of joyful, map-oriented design and use it also in our concepts. Yeah, and as you can see, it's also a lot of visuals, a lot of colors also, but as you can see, they are not distracting the eyes of the users. There are some catchy places, some hooks where the attention of users should be directed. So yeah, on this example, you can see that user will see right on the first side donate button. It's quite important, as we discussed, download button on the banner, It's also quite important. And on the right side, we showed also the example of one of the blog, the community. As you can see, it's also can be read quite easily. You understand the structure, what you should read on the first view. You can see buttons and something like that. And yeah, as we discussed, we wanted to save this idea of community, of people who join in this community from all over the world, people of different nations, from different background. And we tried to apply this concept during the whole website designs. And as you can see, there are a lot of colors. Yes, we discussed it. And there are little like hooks, interesting things that we also decided to add. And also we saw some ideas of this on the current website. There are some images. So it's also illustrate the idea of openness of the community and something like that. And let me show the next slide. Yeah, this is design of inner page. This is the concept, how it can look like. Yeah, you can see that you are located somewhere inside the website. So here is an example of QGIS overview. It's inside the product section, page inside the product section. You can see that we used this interesting component like sidebar. We also saw this component on the current website and we decided to leave it, but improve the design, of course, because yeah, we thought that it will improve the navigation through the website for users. And on the right side, you can see some other inner page, case studies inside the product section. So you already can see that some styles are applied. You can see some similar texts, some components. And this is the thing that I would like to tell you more. We prepared the whole library, I would say, of such components. So these are the things, some blocks that you can reuse on other pages, not only case studies that I showed, but in any you would like to. And these components, we of course consider that we will develop everything in Hugo, and we consider the possibilities of Hugo too. And with it, we created these components, and we also considered that website should be adaptable and components should be adaptable too. So we thought how these components can look like on different screen resolutions. And everything that you see is located in Figma file, QGIS latest work, where you located your latest design of the main page. So everything can be found there. And I would like to tell you more about the header and sidebar, because as we talked in the beginning of the presentation, it was really important to consider seamless navigation between different websites in the future. Right now, we made everything only for main website, but in the future, it can be located also, for example, on QGIS plugins website. So we considered this factor too. And the header you can see on the top is the header we can use for the main website. You can see just white header and black, not like header, but black bold line with the search field. But if you would like to place it, for example, on plugins website, you can add some navigation menu too on this dark like little header, let it be so. Add some things like login, for example, if you needed to add. So it also can improve the navigation for users on QGIS related websites. We also thought about the adaptability for different screen resolutions. And in the left bottom, you can see how the header can look like on small screen resolutions. The top one is for main website, and lower is the header for the QGIS related website. And also a few words about sidebar. Yeah, as I said, we took this idea from the current website and improved it a little bit. So this thing should be seen everywhere in the inner pages when you navigate through the website. And also we thought about different screen resolutions and made this thing adaptable too. So yes, and yeah, one of the challenges that we faced at the beginning of the overhaul project was to help QGIS to think about the migration of QGIS related websites. So we proposed our ideas on how it can look like more from front-end perspective, how this header component can be used on different websites, and what should be changed to from this site. And yeah, Lova, QGIS full stack web developer, also proposed his idea it's more like technical vision, but we also reviewed it and it looked really great. So yeah, let's go to the development. It took a lot of time to develop everything that we designed. We used QGIS Hugo repository for the development. Everything that we made, all the pull requests can be found there. If you would like to see what exactly we've done, please feel free to have a look. And also, as we discussed, we need to prepare a component header that can be used on different websites. So we, for now, put it in a separate repository inside Contour organization, QGIS Uni Navigation. So it can be found here, and the styles from this repository for header can be applied to different websites. Yeah. And via this link, QGIS GitHub.io, QGIS Hugo, you can find the website, new website, how it can look like. And so there are results that we achieved. Here are some screenshots of the main website, main page, and how it looked like on different screen resolutions. Yeah, I think it looks quite good, but let's see maybe the live demo and navigate through the website. So here it is. Maybe let me make it a little bit bigger. Here's the first screen that users see when he can appear on the main website of QGIS. He can scroll down a little bit, find more information about QGIS, what it is about. Yeah, we've also added one interesting thing like parallax. If I'm not wrong, it is called like that. So when I'm scrolling, this image of easy lines on the background is like holded. It's located in one place. So it's just an interesting thing that we added to. Here is the blog for open source, about open source community. You would like to get involved, and you will navigate through the community get involved page. Here are some banners, some information. One interesting blog that we also prepared, QGIS supporters. We showed with the color, like the category of the partner. So golden partner is have this color of the border. Silver partner have another one, and some like bronze ones have this view. If you would like to become a partner, you just can click on this button and navigate to the page that I would like to show a little bit later. And here is a footer. You can see some main pages where user can navigate to. Download button, yes. Some contacts of QGIS community. If there will be more of them, you can add more, of course. And some of the pages separate, like code of conduct, environmental policy, that you can open and read more. But let's navigate through the, for example, product overview, this page. So QGIS Hugo is not like 100% developed. We still have some work to do, but mostly it has the view that we designed. So let's navigate through. This is the page where you can find some information about QGIS and navigate to some other pages, know some information. This blog about cross-platform and some QGIS cross-platform solutions, right? Case studies. If you will click on this button, you can go to the case study page, maps showcase, and these beautiful images and screenshots, and also beautiful screenshots here. Also, there are some websites that are still like related. They are separate and they are marked with this icon. So if I will click on plugins, I will go to the plugins QGIS.org website. And I can navigate here, look for the information I needed. So one more interesting thing that I would like to show you, community get involved. Here is the page for users who would like to know more information about how I can contribute to the app or to the community. So there are some blogs that can help new user, a new potential contributor to understand these ways of contribution. I can participate in support channels. I can report bugs if I will find it. I can create some QGIS documentation, or I can translate QGIS. If I am a developer, I can develop a plugin. Yep, develop QGIS core. I can also participate in this direction of contribution. And of course, I can donate to the community and make it better. About donation, one interesting thing that we also decided to make, like, we decided that it's quite an important page to have, so community can make some kind of, not like advertisement, but tell people who potentially can donate to the community. And these people who can donate should understand how they can do it, why should they do it. And we decided to make this page to make understandable this information for the potential donors. So you can see some blocks here, some structured information, benefits, how a potential donor can benefit from the donations, and some information how to become sustaining member, some tips. Yeah, you still can see some images. It also can put some attention on some things. Yep. Okay. And one more thing that I would like to show. Yeah. It's a separate donate page. So here you can find the ways of supporting QGIS community. For now, there are 3 of them, right? And yeah, for example, if you like to donate, I don't know, for example, $20, you will appear on the Stripe test mode page. And yeah, you can donate something with the help of that download page. Here is quite interesting thing that we decided to make together with QGIS team members. So before downloading, we propose to have a kind of notification or proposal for those people who came to the website to download the app to support the community. We will try this approach in several weeks and we will see how it works. So yeah, if I would like to donate, I can donate. But if I would like to skip this step and just download the app, I'm appearing on the page, download QGIS for my platform. I have a Mac operational system and it is identified by the website system and I can download for Mac. I can click the button and the downloading is started, but I already have QGIS app on my laptop. I don't need it for now. If I have Windows, I can download it for Windows, of course. Linux also, please, you can download everything you want. And there are some sources, datasets that you can also download from this page. And probably the last thing that I would like to show, this is the resources section. Yeah, this is like the library where you can find some documentation, some information about QGIS. So here is like a common page for the resources. Here you can find just some, like a list of things you can find in the resources. Here are documentation for different version, everything you want to find. Yeah, also they are divided for users, for documentation writers, for developers. So they are organized quite well and understandable. Yep. And maybe maybe go to installation guides. So here is the information how you can download QGIS for different operational systems. And yeah, as you can see, there are a lot of text here, but we also organize it in the way so it's quite easy to read, to navigate, to understand what things and blocks are about what. Something like that. And probably that was the last thing I would like to show you today. And this is the end of my presentation. And I will be very happy to answer your questions, if any.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much. What a fantastic presentation. And the site looks absolutely amazing. I think, I know at the beginning of this journey, we wanted to have a much more sort of slick, professional site, but that still maintained the fun and community aspect of what QGIS is. And I think you really nailed that. It looks really fantastic. And I think the colors are really great. Yeah, there's lots of feedback just coming through from the live chat. Raymond, hi Raymond, just sent a little stars and eyes emoji. So he's loving the new site. Then someone called United Nations Review says, please have instructions on how to upgrade QGIS on Ubuntu or Debian. That, of course, all of the operating systems already do have that. So it is currently on the site, but I'm sure it'll be way easier to find on the new version. And then Andreas Newman says, congratulations, great progress. This will be a huge improvement for the QGIS community.
Thank you.
Brilliant stuff. So anyone who is on the live stream, please feel free to add any of your questions for the team into the live chat. And I am opening the questions in the Jitsi room. Anybody who has any questions, please feel free to come onto the mic, unmute, and ask any questions.
Maybe you can just mention the room is open if they want to join the chat room as well.
Yes, we have a matrix chat. And everyone can join, participate in discussions, add some points. So yeah, feel free to join.
All right, great stuff. So for anyone in the live chat, I did put the link in the live chat for that matrix room, and it is open, and we encourage people to join if you do, of course, have opinions and contributions you'd love to make to the new website. So Andreas says that we do need to make sure and clarify that we keep the terms correct. So they aren't really partners. They're either sustaining members or certified trainers. Was there a reason that we decided to go towards partners, or are we still going to use sustaining members as a term?
Yeah, let me jump in and just say that we still need to do a text review. So we're not going to launch the site until myself and whoever else wants to has been through all the text on all the pages, but we haven't been focusing on that yet. We've first been focusing on getting the information architecture and design right, and but we'll fix those things, in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, brilliant stuff. Tim, who will be on the testing team? Is it something people can get involved in as the community?
Hopefully, everybody who's watching. It's an open source effort. There's a GitHub page. One of the good design goals was that it would be very easy to make tweaks and changes to the website. Everything is written in Markdown. If you go look in the content pages, it's pretty simple to go and edit a page and make a quick pull request, or just come into the chat room and share your snags, or write a ticket on the issue tracker. And so the new site is public already there. It's not live. It's just on a testing environment there. But anybody can go and test it and give their inputs, and we'd love to have their feedback.
Brilliant stuff. Then Raymond also says, just a small suggestion to remove the cents column from the donation button. It'll make it look apparently cheaper because it's not such a long number. Andreas mentioned another discussion we should probably have is, are we a project or a product or both? So maybe that's something we need to make clear on the site with the visual communication. Then John asks, will there be a template and section for the user groups?
We will have. Don't we have the page already for the user groups, Alexandra?
Yeah. Let me. Yes, we have it. I can probably share it again. Yeah, as you can see, it's inside community, project organization, user groups. And yeah, we have these beautiful components with cards, different groups.
I like all the flags.
Yeah.
If I might add something, I think it'd be a good idea to maybe have the user groups a little easier to find. Because just looking at the website, I'm looking at it, going under community, I wouldn't know to look under project organization to find the user groups.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that might be something we want to be, since, as an open source project, we are, we emphasize like community, maybe having user groups and stuff a little more prominent.
Or maybe a shortcut to this page that's a little bit more prominent, something along those lines, Ethan?
Yeah, something to make it a little easier to find.
Could go in the menu under community, maybe.
Absolutely.
Maybe it being an actual line item under community instead of being buried under the project organization.
John agrees. He says something like find a local user group link.
I noticed as well, I'll search when I type user, it doesn't actually give that page as well. So check why it doesn't come up when we search. Yeah, that's good. That's good feedback.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. There is a couple more notes. So United Nations Review says, by the way, QGIS is an amazing, and thank you to everyone involved for what must be hard work and to provide this to the public. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, that's very nice.
No, that's lovely. Thank you. And then Gruner says, in the downloads page, I noticed a green fill color for the long-term release button, but in the Windows download section, the green fill was used for 3.34, the version, so the most up-to-date version or the release. Maybe we should use a consistent color for the long-term release.
Yeah, it's supposed to be that the LTR gets the prominent link and the non-LTR gets the less prominent one. So that's just a mistake. We can go and fix that.
While we're looking at Windows real quick, I'm looking at it. Directly underneath the buttons for download, the 34 versus the 28 rounder there, it talks about the OSGeo4W installer.
Mm-hmm.
What is that text referring to? Is that text referring to the OSGeo4W network installer right below it?
Correct.
Or is those two buttons also the OSGeo4W installer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the network one, so the one that you need to be online while fetches the components. Yeah, we probably tidy up the wording of that a bit as well, just to make it clear. It's a bit nerdy as well, because if you're not really that familiar with the different options, that's not going to be so clear to you.
Yeah, I always recommend to people that use the network installer because it's so easy just to install dependencies and stuff, and update QGIS and stuff. It's super easy. Of course, I'm used to it always being the standalone, being the alternative. Are these standalones, or is it a wrapper for the OSGeo installer?
The first two are the standalone, and then
Okay.
the second one is the network one.
Okay.
Right.
I usually recommend the opposite because people I work with often don't have good bandwidth, so it's usually a case of get it all and then share it with your friends after you've downloaded it. But, yeah, it's for courses, I guess. Yeah.
So a couple more comments just before you ask your question, Tim. Raymond says a map instead of flags. I think that makes the GIS people happy, but I do like the flags. And then John says, I find the roadmap information also can be useful from time to time. And then goes on to say, I do like the idea of a suggested donation option for the downloads page.
Okay. The roadmap is still going to be kept. We're still just working to wire that up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you want to show, Alexandra, the new widget or the new thing to show when the next release is coming. Have you got it on here?
We have here a list of releases. previous.
The countdown timer for.
Yeah, probably schedule. Here it is.
I was talking about the one with our calendar to tell you when the upcoming release is.
Yeah, probably we haven't edited yet. Yes.
There are these dates on Lots page, which is now Resources Installation Guide. It says like next release on that date or on the next date. So now I'm making automatization. So we parse a spreadsheet with this schedule of releases and then insert on all the pages where it mentioned.
Great stuff. That sounds awesome.
Alexandra, I was talking about the other one. Is it not on here yet? The countdown timer for the next release. You know, from my original mock-up, we had the LTR. You know, how many days until the next release? Do we have it here or?
Yeah, on the new website, probably not. Yeah, we should find it somewhere in QGIS Hugo. I think we kept it somewhere. But haven't put it yet here.
Alrighty. Great stuff. So Tim, I think this might be more a question for you, but if people do want to give feedback, what do they do? Should they go to the repo and make a ticket?
Well, they've got a few options. If you prefer to talk to humans, then you can come to the matrix room, but you've got to be signed up onto the OSGeo matrix environment. And I don't know how to do that. There'll be some documentation somewhere. I can't tell you. Can't tell you off the top of my head how the process works, but you have to Google how to join the OS. Maybe Raymond can tell me if I'm wrong, because maybe it can be on any matrix.
Yeah, it could be on any matrix server.
Okay. So you need to be on a matrix server somewhere, and then you can. Thank you. And then you can join that room, and you can talk. We've got a chat room basically where you can talk to us, give us your ideas and things. But that's probably better for like discussion. But if you actually just want to say, oh, please change this word from this to this, then writing a ticket is probably better because we can organize all the requests, and that is just on the github.com/QGIS/QGIS-Hugo. We can put the link somewhere in the chat or somewhere.
That's great. Yeah, and I'll put it on the live chat then.
And there you can find just an issue tracker, and like I said, ideally you can just go and it's really simple. If you just poke around in the code, you can easily change a few words and then make a pull request, because that makes it, you know, even more efficient for us to deal with your inputs. So here is the repo here.
All right, I've posted all that information on the live chat as well, so everybody has access to that. All right.
Maybe I can just mention that so Contour have been funded to do this like initial tranche of work, and their work finishes at the end of the month basically, and after that we're back in like community contributions, like managing the process. So I would love to have some help. I don't have time to do everything alone, so you know, really appreciate to get some help from the community to, you know, just put the last polish on the site before we actually go live.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, this is a massive step forward, and I think, you know, going live with a website that is an update from what we currently have, that's very grassroots and made as we go, I suppose. So it's really nice to have such a curated website, and I do encourage the community, you know, once this is up and running, to continue to contribute, and yeah, contribute through the repo, etc. I do see there is one live comment from John again. Thinking about third-party companies who recommend QGIS as a supplementary to their products, would the recommendation be to point users to the top page or to the download page?
I think send them to the front page, and then they can, get all the latest messaging that we want to give to people. And the download, it's very easy to find on the menu bar now, so I think you won't miss it.
Yeah, great. I think that's great advice. Alrighty, so there are only 4 minutes left of the session. So anybody who has any questions in the room, please feel free to ask, or any thoughts. Otherwise, I will bring this lovely session to a close. Alrighty, great stuff. Then I'm going to, it just leaves for me to thank Alexandra for giving us such a wonderful walkthrough. Thank you so much. This is very exciting, and I'm very keen to see this in, live, in real life. So thank you very, very much. And thank you to everyone who joined us for this session. The next session is, of course, back-to-back with this one. We'll be looking at the new release and some of the functions and new functionality that's happened with that. That is, of course, 3.36 that has come out today, if I'm not mistaken, Tim. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining us for this session, and I hope to see everyone in the next one. That's it from us. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. It was a pleasure.